The movie opens in a suburban neighborhood on Oak Street. We're then introduced to Greg, his wife, Denise, and their children, Audrey and Brian, as they spend their day off together. Greg works as a pizza delivery driver while Denise is an aspiring novelist. Greg has lost his job, but he hasn't told his wife about it. To keep up with the household expenses, he takes on all kinds of odd jobs. Because Greg is always busy, Denise feels like he isn't giving her and the children as much attention as he used to. They keep arguing about it, and things have gotten so bad that Denise now wants to divorce Greg. Audrey and Brian are also fed up with their parents constantly arguing. They feel like their parents are about to get divorced. Denise then visits her elderly neighbor, Mrs. Huddleston, and asks her to edit her book since she's a professional book editor. Mrs. Huddleston tells Denise, "I've read your book and it feels like your own story." However, she still agrees to edit Denise's book. Mrs. Helson then takes Denise into her backyard and shows her a plant. She tells Denise that it suddenly grew there on its own yesterday. It was very small at first, but in just one night, it has grown this large. Denise can't believe that it could have grown that much in a single night either, so she tells Mrs. Huddleston that maybe someone is playing a prank on her. At midnight, Greg's dog, Starbuck, spots a mysterious light and starts barking. The noise wakes Brian, who also catches a glimpse of the mysterious light. But by the time he steps outside, the light has already disappeared. The next morning, Brian tells his parents about the strange light he saw the night before. Greg jokingly tells him that maybe it was a UFO. Just then, Greg's neighbor, Mel, knocks on his door and takes him into the backyard, where he shows him a huge pile of poop. Mel insists that Greg's kids are responsible for it, but Greg immediately denies it, saying his children would never do something like that. However, he offers to help Mel clean it up. Hearing this, Mel finally calms down. The next night, heavy rain pours down as Greg drives home after a pizza delivery. Suddenly, the same mysterious light flashes across the sky again, and at that exact moment, the power goes out. Greg makes it back home, but no one can figure out what just happened. The whole family is left confused and worried because there's no electricity, cell service, or running water. After that mysterious flash of light, it seems like everything has completely shut down. Just then, they hear people screaming outside. Greg quickly goes out to see what's happening, but soon rushes back inside. He tells his wife and kids that power lines have fallen across the streets. Greg then tells his family that they'll stay inside for the night and wait until morning, when the power should be back and they'll hopefully know what happened. The next morning, Denise is the first to wake up and checks if the power is back, but it still hasn't returned. Starbuck has also run away. Denise then tells Greg that Starbuck has run away again. Greg and Denise head out to look for Starbuck. Just then, they notice water bubbling up from the ground, but the water is extremely hot. Greg then tells Denise to head back home while he goes a little farther to search for Starbuck and see if there's any power up ahead. Denise then goes to Mrs. Huddleston's house and finds her dead inside. She also sees giant animal footprints throughout the house. Denise then picks up Mrs. Huddleston's gun. Meanwhile, a large dinosaur attacks Greg. Greg quickly runs toward his house with the dinosaur following behind him. Just then, Denise shoots the dinosaur. Greg and Denise then run back toward their house. Meanwhile, Audrey is sitting on the roof of her house reading a book when she suddenly sees a dinosaur. She quickly goes back inside and tells Brian that she saw a dinosaur outside. Greg and Denise finally reach their house, but the door to their house is locked. They quickly knock on the door and shout, "Open the door!" Just then, several dinosaurs start heading toward them. But at the right moment, Audrey opens the door and quickly pulls them inside, then closes the door behind them. Then they all get into their car and try to leave their neighborhood. But no matter which direction they drive, there's no road leading out. It's as if their entire neighborhood has somehow traveled through time and ended up in another world. They then return home and barricade all the doors and windows with wooden planks to prevent any dinosaurs from getting inside. Their radio is also down, so they have no idea what's happening or how any of this happened. Brian says that the world might be coming to an end, but Denise reassures him that it isn't. Brian then asks her if that's not the case, what could possibly be happening. Denise finally tells them the truth. Their entire neighborhood has somehow been transported to another world. Brian then tells his parents and sister that the mysterious light must be responsible for everything that has happened. If that light was able to take them to another world, maybe it can also take them back to their own world. Everyone agrees that the mysterious light is behind their situation, so they wait for it to appear again and hopefully take them back home. At night, Brian sees his dog outside his house. Without telling his family, he quietly leaves the house alone to look for his dog. Denise then goes to Brian's room, but he's not there. She rushes to Greg and tells him that Brian is missing from his room. The two then take their car and head out to look for him. After they leave, Audrey also steps outside and starts searching for Brian. A large dinosaur suddenly attacks Greg's car. The two quickly get out of their car and run away, managing to escape the dinosaur. Meanwhile, Audrey finds Brian. They then see a dinosaur attacking their neighbor, Jeanette. Audrey grabs a stick and strikes the dinosaur, forcing it to run away. Audrey then asks Jeanette where her parents are, and Jeanette tells her that her parents are dead. Audrey then tells Jeanette that she can come with them. Greg and Denise see a strange light coming from a window of a house. They quickly go inside that house and find a large bubble, which turns out to be a portal. They realize that they can use it to return to their world. Greg then tells Denise to go through it and return to their world while he stays behind to find the children and bring them back. But Denise refuses, saying that they will find the children first and use it afterward. Morning comes and Greg and Denise finally find their children. They then start making their way toward the portal. But along the way, a large dinosaur attacks them, causing everyone to get separated. The dinosaur then goes after Denise and is just about to eat her when Greg suddenly strikes it with the hammer. The dinosaur immediately turns its attention toward Greg, bites down on his leg, and then eats his entire leg. The dinosaur then eats Greg alive, right in front of Denise and her children, leaving them completely horrified. Denise then leads everyone away from the area. Along the way, Brian keeps crying over his father's death, which causes Denise to get angry with him. But deep down, she is also completely devastated by the loss of her husband and is struggling to cope with his death. They then reach the house where the portal is located and climb onto the roof because the portal has now moved up there. Before they can even decide who should go first, Jeanette says that she'll go first and jumps into the portal. When Brian jumps into the portal, it suddenly disappears, causing him to fall to the ground and get injured. Just then, a flying dinosaur grabs his leg. Starbuck rushes in to save him and bites the dinosaur's leg, forcing it to let go of Brian's leg. Just then, Denise and Audrey come out of the house. They help Brian up and bring him back to the roof. This time, several flying dinosaurs start chasing them, but the three of them jump into the portal together. They all land inside a house, and the homeowner soon comes in and yells at them, asking what they're doing there and telling them to get out of her house. Denise then asks her what year it is, and the homeowner tells them that it's 1982. Just then, Jeanette arrives and hugs Audrey. She then tells them, "Come with me, I want to show you something." As soon as they step outside, they realize they are very close to their own neighborhood. They realize that they have traveled through time to get here, which means that other versions of themselves are also living in their own neighborhood. Taking advantage of the situation, Denise calls her husband and tells him to come to this location. As soon as he arrives, they all run toward him and embrace him. Just then, the same mysterious light appears again, and this time they can all clearly see the massive light forming a huge portal that completely covers their neighborhood. A few days later, we see them all again, happily living their lives far away from their neighborhood. And with that, the movie comes to an end.